route to unknown destination. You don't even know where you are going because you have already lost your memory.
Then here come the very aggressive slaves
But still,
and runaway slaves. Yeah.
Wait. Hey, 18 hours a day. Miss 5 naira. No, hey, God, I thank you for my life. Oh me, it's the fast. Bros, come. The entrance of point of no return. The moment our forefather get to this extent, it is all over. Slave trade started in the ancient town of Badagry around 1473 by a Portuguese slave merchant named Fernando Gomez, who commenced the sale of slaves to Europe. On this tour, we will travel back in time into the slave trade era in Lagos State and discover the history of slavery on the western coast. Welcome to popular Agbara Market, located in Agbara, an industrial and residential town situated at the border between Lagos and Ogun State. In a southwestern Nigeria, the market itself is a major commercial hub in the area, serving both Lagos State and Ogun State residents, especially those in nearby towns such as Ota, Lusada, Igbesa. Where does Agbara lead to? Depending on the direction you are headed, Agbara Market leads to several key places towards Lagos westward, eastward, depending on your point of entry. Badagry Expressway, that's the location. This major highway leads to Lagos mainland, eventually to the area like Festac, Maitu, Alaba, and Okokomaiko, even Apapa. What are you waiting for? You want to go to Badagry? Let's go there. Let me show you around.
So you are welcome once again to Vlekete Slave Market.
Okay.
This is the market whereby slaves were being sold in every 5 market days.
5 market days.
Yes.
So what it's trying to say is that this market, they don't sell food stuff here. They don't sell provision. They don't sell animal meat or anything. What they sell here, they sell human being. They transact human being in this place. This is the market. You can see it. Vlekete Slave Market. You can see it. Badagry Slave Market Museum International. They just transact on human being. Trade by barter kind of business. So we can go inside. All right.
Let's meet up.
All right, boss. Well done, sir. Good to us. Well done. So you are the one taking us around. Okay. All right, so
here we are at the Vlekete Shrine.
this is the Vlekete Shrine.
Yeah.
Okay.
This market was established in 1500. That is 1508.
1508.
That's when they started the trade. So they sold over 300 slaves every market day.
Okay, Vlekete Shrine. I've seen it.
So this is the shrine. Before the movement at the point of no return, the slave masters are meant to come here.
Okay.
So when they come here,
Uh-huh.
they have to make oral consultation if it is okay for them to go.
Okay.
So that there will not be disturbance on the
On
ocean.
the way.
So they come here, and when they are clear to go, the masters will bless them, and they bring out the water from the shrine. Then cut from the leaf here.
This
Use
leaf?
it to bless them, give them a safe passage on the water, for them to get to their destination safely without being harmed, so they can go and come back and get more slaves to take away.
Okay.
So the shrine is still here; it's still existing.
Okay. This is the front of the shrine.
Yeah, this is the front. So from the door right there, that's the back.
But we cannot go to the
No,
shrine.
we cannot go because we are not officially member of the cult or the shrine.
The shrine. Okay,
So
there are people that can enter that shrine.
They are part of the members.
That can do some incantation and stuff like that.
The priest and.
Hope we are this so we know we turn to fire. See fire already near me. Hope we know we turn. So this leaf, you said they will use this leaf to do what?
Bless the journey.
To bless the journey.
Put it in the water.
Inside the water to sprinkle on.
That's we go.
Okay. So even in their own nonsense and illegal business they are doing, they still want peaceful journey.
They have their African backing, so and they know that the Africans were soft, so they just wanted something to calm them down.
Okay.
Africa, so they will not disturb them.
So what about this place? This is the king.
Yeah, this is the king as at then.
Okay.
And this is the trial of Richard Lander.
Richard Lander.
Yeah. So this is Lander, an explorer from England.
Okay.
So when he arrived in Badagry, the Portuguese slave traders, they reported him to the king that he was a spy to report to the queen in England that the trade was still going on.
Okay.
So he was made to swear at the shrine.
Okay, that's why they give him the bowl.
So the bowl contains the water from the shrine. Okay. If he lied that he was a spy, if he drinks it, he's going to die
immediately.
But if he did not die, that means he's not a spy. So this is the chiefs of the kings, and this is the chief priest. So Richard Lander took the water. And
okay, this is the chief priest. In charge of the shrine. Okay.
So,
Naman be this?
Yeah, Naman.
Okay, be like woman.
So he took the water and he did not die. So it was clear that he was not a spy. But he continued his tour around Africa, around Badagry and Nigeria. But after he got home, he also still wrote some letters about it, that he saw some slaves. In the book that he wrote, that he saw some slaves in some of the coast of Africa.
Okay.
So from here we go to the gallery.
Okay. Is it upstairs or downstairs?
Downstairs. Okay. All the things how the masters arrived here in Badagry. Okay. And now the trade started. Wow.
It's like Badagry like rain, though. Oh, everywhere is dark.
Rain changed the color.
How about, is it bright at all? Okay.
So this is a painting of when the white masters spotted the coast of Africa. You can see them there, the white man, then they spot the coast of West Africa.
Through microscope.
Yeah, then they came in. So when they came, they arrived and met the chiefs. So this is when they were making deals with the chief. You can see the king here.
Yeah.
These are the chiefs, the white cap chiefs.
These are the white men.
Yeah, so these are the white men. So they were making deals with the king. This is how the trade started. And they brought these items, the cannon gun.
Okay, when exactly did the trade start? Like the year?
It started in the 14th century.
14th century.
Yeah. Okay. And it lasted to 1800. That is the 18th century. That is the trade lasted for over 400 years.
400 years. Africans we don't fool that way.
A lot of Africans were taken out. So after the chiefs agreed to be collecting items for their people, then you can see here each of them, depending on the country of the master.
This is France.
They had their flags,
England.
at the coast.
Okay.
So each of them had where they kept slaves. Their ship comes around to take their slaves. So they had places they stayed at the coast.
Okay.
And here we have a warrior who is known as Bosu. Here. Bosu.
Okay, Bosu.
Yeah, he was a warrior. His work is to go to other towns, raid towns, capture slaves, bring them back to the cell, to the slave.
And he's also a slave.
He's not a slave.
Like indirectly, he's a slave.
No, he's like
trying to capture slaves.
He's like the warlord in Badagry. Then he's like Balogun, the person in charge of Badagry.
Okay.
So he's later now. The rich and powerful people were involved in the trade. So he will go to capture towns and come to sell them at the slave market.
Okay.
So other people will come to buy.
That is to say, there are many middlemen in the slave business.
There are lots.
Like maybe for instance now, somebody get a slave to sell to this person, collect his own. Another person will sell,
people that were
collect his
capturing
own.
the slave from the hinterlands are different from the people that were selling the slaves. So some people will go and capture them, then they come and bring them down to people. They sell them at the market. The people that are selling them at the market are different, and the people that are coming to buy them also are different. So
wow.
It
was a long journey.
Yeah.
What about this?
This is the first set of Africans that were shipped out to the point of no return. This is how they use paddle boats to lead them across the island to the point of no return where the ship will be waiting for the slaves. And after the trade was abolished, we have a dungeon where slaves were kept. The Portuguese kept slaves in the dungeon. They were hiding the slaves.
After the slave was abolished,
So
Portuguese still continued doing it underground.
So they're keeping the slaves in dungeons, hiding them. Most of the dungeons have been destroyed.
What about this?
One later. So this is the slaves before they board the ship, the boat to the transatlantic. You know, they take them in batches, in paddle boats.
Okay.
To the ship, boat that is
To
taking-
the ship.
Yes.
Okay.
So here is the movement at the point of no return. So when the slaves start walking, they change on their necks, their hands and their legs. They trek on a single file and then drink from the spirit attenuation well, which is at the point of no return. So
Okay.
the spirit attenuation well, whenever a slave drinks from the water, they will lose their
Lose their memory.
Yes. For 3 to 4 months before they get to their destination.
Somebody will lose his or her memory for 3 to 4 months.
Yes.
That's a lot.
The reason is for the slave not to be able to fight against the master when
And for the
on
slave
ship.
not to know his roots and
Yeah,
for
how to return back.
how to return back home.
Once you are a slave, you are captured. So this is the king of Lagos then, when he came around to Badagry to relax. So he settled down at the coast of Badagry. He stayed for some time in the coast before he now returned back to his house in Lagos. So this was the kind of house he built at the waterfront. Relaxing. And this is the arrival of the Christian missionary to Badagry.
Christian, the first church.
The trade was still going on when the Christian missionary arrived.
Wow.
Then,
Can you enlighten more on this church, Christian gospel?
the Christian missionary they arrived to brought Christianity down to Nigeria.
Okay.
This is
From which country?
England.
England.
Yes, yes. So they were preaching the gospel to the people, despite the fact that the white master were still here, where they were capturing slaves, and also they also played a role in the abolishing of the slave trade.
Okay.
So they were able to convince the chief. They signed a
Reverend
treaty.
Thomas
Yeah, that's from
Jefferson.
So they were able to convince the chiefs how about what the people were facing then. Then they signed abolishment of slave trade in 1857. But the trade did not end then, continuing until 1888.
So they were doing it underground, behind closed door.
Yeah. So this is the arrival of Cleparton and Richard Lander.
Come again? Uj.
Arrival of
Cleparton.
and Richard Lander.
Okay, husband and wife.
No, they were two explorers. They were British, they are men.
Okay, both men.
Explorers, yes.
Okay.
So it was later that the Richard Lander was reported as a spy. The man I told you about. This is when he arrived in Badagry. So this is when the Portuguese reported him that he was a spy. They went to report him to the king at then that the two men were spies and were here to report the king and the Portuguese to the British government before he was made to swear and drink.
How about this?
That was the Nigerian Badagry.
This is Badagry.
Yeah, as I've been out the masters, when the European masters were the colonial masters, when they were here. No, Badagry was the colonial town there.
Yes.
The colonial masters stayed there in Badagry. And this is Richard Lander.
Richard Lander.
Yeah, after they passed the test, this is from
After he drink the water
and he passed.
and he passed the test.
So this is when he was signing some of the meeting. He had meeting with some of the chiefs. Interviewed them. You know, he was an explorer. He was writing a
The
book.
tourists.
Yeah, so he came around for meeting with the kings and chiefs around.
Just the way I'm asking question now, as a tourist.
And this is when they signed the bell. When they ring the gong,
I go
town fire came out and announced the abolishment of slave trade in Badagry. So this is when the slave
This was
officially ended.
around what year?
This was around 1888.
1888,
Yeah,
when they announced that there's no more slave trade. But people are still doing it underground.
That is when it ended officially.
Okay, ended officially. Okay.
Let me make that.
Okay. I'm already not start though. You can see, this is a rain of blessing. You understand? This is a rain of blessing. There's a victory. Wait. This is not the abolish sticks. Oh. What's this?
This is the tallest drum.
Tallest
Drum.
Okay, it's a drum.
Yes.
Oh.
You see from the top. Ajayi Crowder. This is when Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowder was captured by a slave from his hometown in Oshogun, in Oyo State.
Oshogbo.
Oshogun.
Okay, Oshogbo.
In Oyo State. He was captured and then brought down to Badagry. We'll talk more about him when we get to the first-story building.
Okay.
So this is the king that blessed. I told you that before the slave are meant to go out, they use that leaf to splash the water. You can see this is the leaf. This is the water from the shrine. That's the leaf.
Okay, it's the king that will be touching them
on the body or on the chief priest will be the one doing the work.
Okay.
That's for them to go
to know if they will have a safe pass.
The masters when they are going on the journey. Okay. So this drum was made from African.
What about this table here?
So these are just souvenirs.
Okay. The drum was what?
It was made.
Is it a spiritual drum?
No, not really.
Just a normal drum.
Historical drum.
But the tallest drum in the world.
Yeah, not in the world, in Africa.
In Africa, okay.
So the drum was made to show the story of Africa from the transatlantic era to the current era, from the slave trade era to the current era.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can.
You touch on first. See what you did? I did touch on.
Now, relic now, we cannot touch it anyhow.
Okay.
So the people that beat this drum are those people that have those angere or stuff.
That have
put stick on their
put
leg.
stick on their leg. That's the one that did the drum. Okay.
So here we have some medium of exchange and some changes on slaves.
Okay.
We have the bottle of gin that was exchanged for 10 slaves. This is Manila, cowries, and then chains used on the slaves.
Okay.
And over here we have charm bells.
Charm what?
Charm bells.
This place?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
charm bells. This is the charm bells.
This is charm belt.
Yes.
Okay, the tie it in their waist for war. It's called what?
Bante in Yoruba.
Bante.
Yeah.
I mean, Motumo Bante.
Bante is like charm belt for warriors when they are about to go to town, to raid town, then they tie it at their waist.
The charm, see there?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
But then after putting on the charm belt, they drink from this. There is a gin. They put the gin in it and then they drink from it. So to fortify themselves when they are going.
Fight anything.
Yes.
Wow. This is serious. This is seriously serious. So, over here.
This is slave market around the world. Different slave market. This is the one in Badagry that was established. And this is the one in France.
France.
Yeah. Okay. And this another one.
This one in France was established around the
1778.
1778. Okay.
So this is how the transaction goes down. This is a black man, an African master,
Okay.
a slave trader, slave owner. And that is the white master that wants to buy the slaves. And these are the two slaves. So they are negotiating price on the slaves. Yeah.
And the price is a trade by barter slavery. No?
Collect these items. And here we have Friday sales.
Black Friday sale. They sell slave for cheap.
Black Friday, yeah. This is where it started from.
So Black Friday not
The
be the
meaning
way.
of Black Friday is to sell black slaves.
Wow.
Then that's
Negro man, 50 years old, $200.
so on Black Friday they sell slaves cheaper. Just like Black Friday, you
Black
get
Friday that you
cheaper,
get things cheaper.
But the value of the slave depends on the age of the slave. The younger slaves are more valuable than the older ones.
Yes. I
Because
can
they
see
have a lot of years to
some
work.
prices are different. Look
Yes.
at this one. A Negro Jackson,
21
21 years,
So
$800.
you can work better than 55
Yes, that's the
years
most
old.
expensive slave there.
Yeah. You can work better than a 55 years old.
Wow.
So here, this is the movement at the Middle Passage. The ship that takes away the slave. If you notice here, you can see that the masters are throwing the slave off board for the fish. No, the fish can destroy the boat. So to distract the attention of the fish,
They will
they're
train
throwing
some
some slave
slave.
as sacrifice
Wow. So they can easily pass.
so that they won't disturb them. So this is the loading of the slaves on the boat.
On the ship.
The loading on the ship rather.
Okay.
This is the last ship that left Badagry
To Brazil.
in 1888. It left for Bahia in Brazil.
That means there will be many African in Brazil.
They speak Yoruba in Brazil.
Yes, I noticed that they speak Yoruba in
And
Brazil.
they practice African culture, Oshun, Yoruba.
Because
that's to tell you that
there's one video I watched one time. Vinicius Junior, they speak one language wey resemble Yoruba.
Yeah,
No joke.
yeah.
They speak one language wey resemble Yoruba.
Yeah.
They speak Yoruba in Brazil.
Yeah. In Bahia.
Back here in Brazil.
Bahia in
I go like visit.
There's a street in Brazil that they practice the Oshun.
I would like to visit Brazil one day. Honestly, I just want to know more.
And here we have the Igbo slaves.
Igbo.
Yeah, in Atlanta, Georgia.
Igbo say do slave too. I think another Yoruba.
It was the old general Africa, both Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, they were all captured.
Wow, wow, wow.
So these Igbos, over 75 of them, they killed their masters, held themselves, and then went into the ship, into the ocean, and drowned themselves. Say that it's better for them to die than be a slave or a man. So the place is called Igbo Landing in Atlanta, Georgia.
Igbo Landing.
Igbo Landing.
Igbo Landing.
Yeah.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgia.
Wow. I think this thing happened around the tragedy happened around 1803.
In Georgia.
Wow. Wait, sorry. I don't know. Is this place still in existence in Georgia?
Yes.
In Atlanta?
Yes.
I go reach there.
This is loading of the ship, the slaves on the ship. Now the slave have to stay at the lower deck while the master will go upper deck. They load them, they have patterns to arrange them so they will not.
They are throwing some slaves into the water.
Yes. Then we have the Zong massacre. Also, the Zong massacre. It is called the Zong massacre, where over 100 slaves were thrown overboard, lightening the weight of the ship. Apart from the
Fish.
if the boat is too heavy.
Yeah, if the wave is too much, they will throw some people.
overboard.
Are you serious?
No special treatment for slaves. Property. The masters know that.
Most especially the older one, they will throw them.
They have cannon guns on board. Like the big one is valued as 100 slaves. I'll be showing this. So imagine them throwing that. They'll be like, they'll just 100 men. So it's better to throw 100 slaves than throwing cannon. If you have 5 cannon and you throw 100 slaves, just 5 cannon you get to 500 slaves.
Yeah.
So it's more valuable than humans.
Yes. So they just take the black as nobody.
Yeah. So in the next place we're going, the dungeon, that's where the slaves, the leftover slaves that were sold at the market were stored. Okay. They kept there till the next market day. So they will be there for 5 days. Every evening.
When they do another business.
So if they not still get them to sell,
Okay. So is it upstairs? Okay. Please be careful. This place is slippery. In Jesus' name. Everywhere is always dark. Come, wait. Come for something, they go down. You just they go down confident. Yeah. Now is
this is it. This is what you think.
Okay. Can we? Is the light enough?
Yeah.
In Jesus' name. Hope we are safe spiritually. I think God I get to.
This is not how it used to be before. It was just open. It was free to air. The dungeon was deep, so they used ladders to take the slave in and out from the dungeon. So the government feed it up to this part and then put this at the back to make it more salvable, more nice for tourists to see. So like I told you, slaves are kept at the dungeon, leftover slaves that didn't sell them.
Okay, the ones that
So
they don't say, they still kept them here, change them.
You can see if you notice this one, he had just little chain at the leg.
Yes.
It's an old slave.
Yes,
So it does not have much strength. It will just be quiet.
This one is old.
This one is also old, but it's a stubborn slave, so he has chains all over the body and the head. And then here come the very aggressive slaves
But still,
and runaway slaves. Yeah. So they know that for them to keep them, they might try to run away or try to find a way to climb out from the dungeon, or when they are running on the plantation. So they put this at their neck. Most of them work on sugarcane plantation. So imagine if you have this on your neck, if you try to run, this will be held back by those
leaves.
Sugarcane stick.
Yeah.
So there's no way they can escape, and still yet you have to chain them down in the dungeon. So they will be kept here for 5 days. You know, every market day is every 5 days.
Okay.
So after 5 days, they will bring them out to advertise to sell them. If they get them to sell, then
If
they're gone.
they did not
If
buy
they
them,
did not
they'll
buy
bring them
they'll
back.
again.
Wow.
And it was deep, it was open. So the sun will beat them, the rain will beat them, they'll be like that.
Okay, there was no even
There was no
roof.
for them.
Whoa. God, I beg, more come on for the dungeon fast. Oh yes, do one thing. The place really look like a dungeon. I'm not gonna lie. It look like a dungeon. It's like an underground.
Yeah, that's it.
This is the big one
Yeah,
for
100 slaves.
100 slave for this thing.
So the value of this was 100, and then the towns that have this have more advantage as well.
Cause it's gone, abi?
To protect the town, the coast, and everywhere like that. Yeah.
Wow. This one for 100 human beings.
Yes, sir.
Oh, God. Really, God. This is serious. Can I touch it?
Like you touching it first.
Huh?
I said I wanted to touch it first, so.
So that I don't say I'm safe. I don't want wahala. Can't touch my man can't swell up.
Yeah.
I never shot though.
Alright, so that's what we have for you.
Okay, that's what we have here, right?
In the
Museum.
slave market, yes.
Okay, in the slave market.
Yes, sir.
Alright, bro. Alright, I say alright, bro. Alright, guys. You can see for yourself. Please, I don't even know what to say. I'm just kind of speechless. But all I can say is subscribe and turn on your post notification so you can get more updates.
You are welcome to the Badagry Heritage Museum.
Okay.
The museum was the district officer's office there.
Okay.
So the people that colonized Nigeria, this used to be the office. And then this is the transatlantic triangular slave ship trade. The reason it's called the triangular trade is because it took a triangular turn. The European masters come down from Europe to Africa to get slaves.
Okay.
So the slaves were being marched down to North America to work. The raw material were taken back to Europe for production and they were returned as finished goods in terms of textile, brandy, and arms to get more slaves to go to the North America to work. So it took a triangular shape. That's why it's called the triangular slave trade. And every August there is this slave heritage or door of return festival celebrated around here.
Okay.
This is the foundation of it. This is an artwork of a slave begging and asking the master, saying, "Am I not a man and a brother?" This was used to campaign against slave trade.
Am I not a man and a brother?
So it was used to campaign against slave trade in 1963 August. And that is why every August is the Black Heritage Festival. So here we have civilization in Africa before the European masters arrived.
Okay.
And this is Pyramid of Giza in Egypt, Timbuktu in Mali. And here we have how the European masters named African coast according to what they got from them. So the first one is the Grain Coast. The Grain Coast consists of Senegal, Sierra Leone. The masters got more grains from those places, so they were named the Grain Coast.
The Green Coast.
And then we have Ivory Coast, which is Cote d'Ivoire,
Cote d'Ivoire,
because of the ivory from the elephants. Then the Gold Coast, which is Ghana. The last one is the Slave Coast, which is Nigeria. And
Nigeria is the slave coast.
so out of every 10 slaves, at least 6 will be from Nigeria. We dominated the trade and we contributed a lot of slaves to the trade then. Wow. We have a picture from Dahomey Empire. This is the king at her then, and this is a slave holding the umbrella. The value of that umbrella was 40 slaves.
40 slaves for just umbrella.
Okay, when we get to the barracoon, I'll be showing you the surviving umbrella.
Wow.
And here we have Dahomey Empire, Oyo Empire. This is the Oyo king. Oyo is known as one of the strong empires as well then.
Yes.
So the king here, and he has 3 umbrellas. That's 120 slaves
120 human being.
for those umbrellas.
Not just slave. Human being for 3 umbrella.
Umbrellas, yeah.
Wow. That is even we that is doing ourselves.
It was more of the Africans were capturing the slaves and selling
The African was capturing African to sell to the Europeans.
We were giving us the fight against ourselves. It was more of them.
It's more of brainwashing. Yes.
We have a painting of Mansa Musa, believed to be the richest man ever that lived.
Yes, Mansa Musa. I think
Nobody has met his worth.
yes, it's richer. The richest.
Richest actually. It's from Mali.
Yes, I know.
So here we have the white slaves. This is to tell you that not all the slaves were captured with black. They also captured white.
Oh,
Yes.
there's a white ticket
They
slave.
also captured white.
Wow.
The difference is most of them were women and they used them as sex slaves.
Oh, yes. I know about
That
that.
deals with the kings and chiefs then.
Wow.
So you can see them.
Those are
Yeah. But for the blacks, they use the transatlantic slave trade. This is them. They march them down from the hinterland to the coast, Badagry or Calabar in Nigeria. That is the slave coast where the slave ship will be waiting for the slaves. So they march them down with sticks here. So when they get to the coast, the master will use chains on the slaves.
We use chains.
So let's
See, the women, they are all naked.
You have to inspect them, so they inspect the slaves naked.
Wow. Well, sir. Negative, well, sir. Sorry.
We have the capture. This is called the capture gallery. So here, this is how they capture slave items they used to capture slaves. These are swords and then guns. The value of one sword was 15 slaves and the gun was 40 slaves.
Oh, the value of one
Gun.
hold on. Just one gun is 40 slaves, 40 human beings. And the value of one knife at the sword is 15.
You know, then Africans, we use spears and sticks to fight against ourselves. So a town that have a gun or the sword, they were more stronger. Imagine going to war with a town that just have stick and spears to shoot. Before they come close, you'll be able to shoot them down. So you capture them and then you sell them off to slavery. So these are the use of the slaves, the type of ones you put on the neck earlier. This is for the adults, the male, and the other ones for females. This for the mouth, to lock the mouth. This for legs or stubborn slaves. This also for the legs, and that's for the mouth. This for the neck. The neck collar chain to connect the other slaves together. So at the point of no return, they have to walk on a single file before getting to their destination. So here we have captured slaves. So when they capture a slave from their town, they use the stick like I told you. This is a real picture. You can see how they lock the necks. They're going to march them down.
Capture slaves.
So marching down to the coast could take months, 2 months, a month, depending on where they're coming from. They have to march down to the coast where the ship will wait for them. Here we have the agony of a slave at the point of no return. So the painting was made to show how the slave looks before they board the ship. The journey of no return.
This is serious.
So we have branding here. The masters have to brand the slaves. The slaves were owned by 2 or more slaves. Masters.
They don't name them.
They have to bear the master's name or the name the master wished to give them. So when they brand them, the master will be able to identify them when they get to their destination. Because one ship can carry slaves that were owned by 2 or 3 masters together. So they have to brand them for them to identify their slaves. And then this is separation of family. Like I said, father will be sold to different merchants. The wife and the daughter will be sold to another merchant. Until they die, they will never meet up again.
This is serious. This is seriously serious.
We have an artwork here, which is the movement to the point of no return. This is how it looks like. You can see here in the illustration, it shows the chains at the neck and the legs. So they walk like this on a single file to get to their destination. The movement is known as the gang movement.
The gang movement.
I will show you over there.
Okay.
And we have means of exchange over here. These were used as money. Some of them were used as money. Yeah, those are chains for cars. And this is manila, money, and cars, the money we spend them. And then a bottle of gin, which was exchanged for 10 slaves.
One bottle of gin
for 10
human beings.
Yes, sir.
I'm just speechless, I swear.
Here we have inspection of slaves. Slaves were sold at the market. So when they go to the market, the white master, before they buy the slave, they have to inspect them. This was done in Tanzania.
They have to inspect them naked.
Yes, so they inspect them just like this. Check their body if they are okay for the trade. And for those macrons,
The rejected one.
yeah, they're called the macrons. So they're going to be returned to the African chiefs. But the African chief was also going to sacrifice them to the gods because as a slave, if you cannot work, you cannot. So they
sacrifice
the death. Yes. So the gang movement. This is the located slave market. This is how it used to be.
Where they buy slaves.
Yeah, it was the biggest slave market in West Africa then.
Where is it located?
In Badagry. Yeah.
Badagry.
Yeah. So the slave, they sold over 300 slaves every market day. And every market day is every 5 days.
Every 5 days, 300 people
Were sold at the
were sold at the slave market.
Annually, over 17,000 slaves were sold from the market.
Jesus. Wow.
And here the gang slave movement. So the gang community. So they march down like this, like I told you. So all are naked with the chains on the necks, the hands, and the legs.
This is the commander.
Connected.
This is the commander.
Yeah, the master will be there. You can see if a slave should fall like this, the chain will drag down the rest.
Yes.
So they make sure they work very slow, and for the slave that falls, they're going to punish the slave.
Wow.
So here we have barracoon. This is an artwork of barracoon as well as this. Barracoon simply means slave cell.
Slave cell.
So that's where they kept them before the arrival of the ship.
I showed them paper. Let me small.
So we have facilitators.
These are the men, the people that
this man started the trade. Prince Henry, the navigator from Portugal.
Portugal started the slave trade in West Africa or in Africa.
In West Africa. In Africa.
In Africa.
And then he was joined by Captain John Hawkins later. He was the first Englishman that joined the trade.
From Portugal, first Englishman.
And this one, Felix de Souza from Brazil. He also dominated the trade for over 30 years. We have a man here who was buried in Badagry, George Fermiton. He was also a slave master, but he sold slaves. And then Bristol City, which was built with the wealth.
Bristol City is in England.
Yeah, it was built with the wealth gotten from slave trade. If you go there today, you will see, you notice a lot of blacks.
Okay.
A lot of blacks there.
In the Bristol City. I've heard about it a lot.
Yeah. And then we have adverts for slave and auction. So to sell they put out adverts and see to be sold and let for slaves, a prime of 150 negroes to be sold.
So the black and Negroes.
Yeah, they were called negroes.
Okay.
And then auction, they auction them out.
These are the boss sitting down.
You can see this is a family about to be auctioned, and then a mother and his child about to be auctioned.
I just don't know what to say because you know why I say so. You see this thing that you're just telling me now, it still happens. Especially for the women.
Yeah.
You see the women that say they say white, they are still doing slave trade. They just see some women
like a modern day slavery.
yes, they'll take them to another country. Even most of them are even teenagers, children, they take to another country, start doing prostitution and stuff like that, slave trade, everything. They'll just say you be working with these people for your eternity, no direction. It still happens, honestly, and it's very painful. It's very, very painful. Okay, another place.
Okay, so here we have a slave drink water bowl, like you know, slaves are meant to drink like animals, so they lock the hand, they drink like this, and if the slave water goes down, the slave have no option. They will be caught. The blood have to dip into the water. They have to drink because slaves eat and drink water just once in a day. So if you do not get to drink that day, that's it.
That's all for the day.
That day, you can no longer get water to drink. So we have a safe here, which was used by the district officers. I told you, these are the list of all the men that served in this building. District officers from 1863 until when we gained independence. These are the list of every man that served in this compound. So their house is not far from here, as the residence of the district officers.
It's a very lucrative business there.
That was it.
Selling human being.
And everybody that was wealthy,
Trade by barter. Giving us wine.
wealthy.
So this is the safe.
Yeah, where they kept their valuables. Although we don't know how to open it, or it's not been opened till date, but this is how it used to. And right here we have the replica of the slave cargo ship, known as a cargo ship.
The ship that take them to
So the ship is
North America.
Flag sails. This is what directs it, and it has 3 decks. The upper deck, which is for the white masters, and the middle deck for the female and their children, while the lower deck is for the male. The reason the masters will be at the upper deck is to direct it, but sometimes some of them do go down to the lower deck to check up on the slaves. So they have arrangement patterns. They have to slide down facing up.
Okay.
They have to lie down. So some of them will lie, some of them will lie flat. And depending on how big or how the size of the ship
to load them where?
so that you can get everybody.
Yes.
So the more slaves you have, the more wealth you have. And here we have the cannon gun used in exchange of slaves.
This one will reach 2,000 slaves.
No, the cannon gun was for 100 slaves.
100 slaves
Yeah.
for just gun.
So the people that had the cannon gun getting cannonballs, fire, fight. So the more cannon you have, the more power you have.
Okay.
Like if you are going to war, fire it to your opponent. You have more power to capture more people than people that are coming to attack you with just spears and stuff. So that's why the African master, they don't mind. They capture and exchange people to have these items, protect their town, then go after other people.
This is in conclusion, they give us what we don't have to collect what we have.
Alright. And here we have a picture of slaves at the lower deck. Even though they
inside
are
the ship.
Yes, this is like picture. So inside the ship, slave masters still lock them. The reason the slaves are strong, it's very powerful.
Black are very strong.
So if you do not chain them, they could
escape.
No, they will attack the masters, and they don't mind drowning the ship, dying with the masters. That's why they dug the well at the point of no return with the help of the African chief. And the work is just to reduce. Once they drink it, they will lose their memory temporarily for months, for them not to be able to fight against the masters when they're on the ship, because they spend up to 3 to 4 months on the ocean
before they get to their destination.
Yes. So this is it. They will be loaded on the ship with chains all over their body.
This is serious.
So we have slave children on board, and then slaves at the lower deck. Men and children will be at the lower deck.
This is the women.
Yeah. There are also men there.
Okay.
They'll be at the lower deck as usual. Slaves are naked. Imagine being naked for almost
4 months
on the water. A lot of them get seasickness.
Some of them died. They just threw them inside the water.
A sick slave also will be thrown overboard because they believe the sickness might infect the other.
Okay.
And that's bad for business. So if you are sick, you might not end up getting to your destination. They throw them overboard.
Destination of unknown destination. Wow.
Now we are at the first-story building in Nigeria.
In the whole of Nigeria, the first story building.
Yeah. This is known as the Mission House when it was completed.
Mission House is a church.
Yeah, the mission was to preach Christianity to Nigeria. Okay. It was built by Reverend C.A. Goma.
Reverend C.A. Goma.
Yeah, he completed the building, although the foundation was laid by Reverend Henry Townsend.
Reverend Henry Townsend.
Yeah. So let's go in. Let's see how it looks like.
The first story building in Nigeria. Wow. How old is this building now?
It's 180, 180.
179, 180 years. Wow. Okay.
So this is some of the materials that were used to build it. So when they started the foundation, when they built it, it was with woods. This is how it used to be. But later it was converted to bricks.
Okay.
They started in 1842 and they completed it in 1845.
3 years.
So the reason was because they were transporting the material down from Liverpool to London.
Okay.
You can see some of the materials.
Liverpool, you see? You never walk alone. This is where you're transferring bricks from here.
This is the bricks.
Careful.
The bricks that they use, bunch bricks. They are treated. And then we have the hinges for the doors.
Wow. Very strong.
Very strong. And then the nails right there.
Is this nail?
Yeah, different. Like Jesus.
This nail big o.
That's the way they use for Jesus. So yeah, the corrugated sheet.
The zinc.
Yeah, for the.
Wow, very heavy. If you even they use this zinc, take the gym. It's like you want to keep fit.
You can even see the current one we use now. See the difference. And this one is even stronger if you compare it to what they currently use now.
This is no good. See zinc. This is zonk.
So the wood was gotten from Africa as well.
Africa.
But they took it down for treatment and they used it. So since 1842, that has been.
This wood has been here since 1842.
Yes, sir.
One no eater, no nothing.
That's
wait, this plank
yes, sir.
has been here since 1842.
Yes, sir.
Are you being serious?
It's about 60% of it upstairs for the decades.
Wow.
So when we get up, you'll be seeing.
Okay.
This is the full sheet of
the zinc. This is original. Obuntarigi. This is original. Not the one we are using now. POP everywhere.
So over here we have the Agia tree.
The what?
Agia tree. This is a painting of the historical
Agi tree.
Agia tree.
Agia
So
tree.
this is where Christianity was first preached in Nigeria.
This Badagry here.
The first reverend that arrived then was Reverend Thomas Birch Freeman.
People are upstairs.
Yeah, there's some tourists upstairs.
Upstairs is the marshal, you know.
Don't worry, it's strong enough to take them and us.
Okay.
So it was the Reverend Thomas Birch Freeman that first preached under this tree in 1842 September, before he was joined by Henry Townsend. So Henry Townsend celebrated the Christmas. The first Christmas in Nigeria was celebrated under this tree in December 1842.
In this same building.
Yeah, so we have been celebrating Christmas under this tree since 1842. So Christianity in Nigeria also started since 1842. That's when Christianity entered Nigeria. So the tree lasted for 350 years before it fell. So when it fell, they built a monument.
Where's the tree?
The tree, it fell.
Okay, it fell. Okay.
Yeah, but they built a monument at where it used to be.
Okay. This is the building.
Yeah. So right now we are going to the room of the first Western teacher. I was going to tell you, in this building we have 6 bedrooms,
6 bedrooms,
2 sitting rooms, and 4 stores.
Wow.
So this is the picture of the first teacher, Mr. Claudius Phillips.
Claudia Philip.
And this is the picture of the first primary school.
The first primary school is still in Badagry
In
too.
Badagry, Nigeria.
Yeah, that one day.
In Badagry, like 10-minute drive from here.
Everything in Badagry, but that means Nigeria started from Badagry. Officially, let's not sugarcoat it.
Basically. So they took in 40 men. Then it was adult education.
Okay.
40 of them. The youngest was age 45 and the oldest was 58.
In primary school?
Yeah.
Are you serious? 45 years old in primary school as at then.
You know, the
1843.
thing was they were not trying to educate them, and they spent 12 years in primary school then.
Wait, primary school 12 years?
No,
Are they trying to brainwash them or they're trying to teach
they
them?
Were old. They were men, like matured men. Typical.
Okay, they're just trying to teach them
Nigerians.
English.
They're just starting.
It's just
They
English.
teach them just 2 subjects, English and CRS.
I know say na English. English must stay there. Now where would they get problem today? If you cannot speak English in Nigeria, that means you are not learning. You don't go school with that. And English is a broad language, not even our own language. I have many friends here. This one is I'm being realistic. I have many friends. They can speak English very well, but you see their language, they don't know come. Not to talk of go. They cannot speak their own language. And when you go to US, you go to UK, the English they are speaking is their own personal language. Not like they are trying to speak English because of they want to speak English to you. They are speaking their language. But we cannot speak our own. You see Yoruba person cannot speak Yoruba. Igbo cannot speak Igbo. Outside go say, I don't know how to speak. It's affecting us.
And the people believe that if you cannot speak English,
and when we get to the Western world, we now meet ourselves. We cannot communicate in our own language.
Imagine a Portuguese coming to the museum. They will speak.
They'll speak Portuguese. You understand? So imagine say I come meet you for abroad now. I not speak Yoruba for you. We can't speak English. We cannot have a personal conversation without them knowing what we're saying. So it's somehow. Okay, we're done here, right?
And we have the total cost for the building here.
The total cost for the building.
So the building cost £325.
Woo! £325 that time na billions. Oh.
A lot of money.
A lot of billions. £325. Even right now, let me not sugarcoat you. £325 is a lot. It's like over 600,000 if I'm not mistaken. If pounds is 2,000 per pounds, that's 600. Yeah, 300 and something. That means 100 pounds is like 200 and something. That's 600 and something thousand. 600 to 700,000. Then it's a lot.
Okay. So this is all the list of the buildings that were built in this compound.
In this compound?
We have total of 15 buildings. Yeah.
Apart from this upstairs?
Yeah. They were surrounding it just like this is the map. Surrounding it. So the story
but the compound did not pass like this now.
Yeah, part of the land we're giving out. Okay.
The church, the mission house, the kitchen, the schoolmaster dwelling, boarding school, labor dwelling, ward, interpreter house. Wow, a lot.
So let's go up there. Let's see the room of this.
Oh, we're going up. Wait, is this strong?
Very strong. That's why I'm leading.
That's why you are leading juju. Because me, I no go lead though. All those planks, they don't take.
Wow. Bishop Samuel Ajayi Crowther.
Okay.
He was a slave that was captured, returned back to Africa as a priest. He was baptized and given Samuel. His master was Crowther. His own birth name was Ajayi.
Ajayi. Okay.
So he translated the English Bible to Yoruba.
Okay. This is
compound in 1845. This one was brought by Henry Townsend, and that one, the one he translated it
to Yoruba.
Yes.
Okay.
So this was the room where he translated it.
This is me and I me say that just cut our brain. I cannot even read Yoruba. When I find the one I feel can't read. Sabi read Yoruba. Come and help me. Ọlọ́run Oka mi.
Which
This one, this
which line?
108. This 108.
Okay.
Ọlọ́run.
You know there is chapter, there is verse.
I'm just reading this 108.
It's Ọlọ́run ọkàn mi ti
Okay,
múra.
Ọlọ́run ọkàn mi ti múra.
Ọlọ́run ọkàn mi ti
Èmi yóò máa kọrin. Èmi yóò máa kọrin. Èmi yóò sì máa fi ògo mi kọrin ìyìn. Yes.
Okay. Ọlọ́run mi èmi ti múra. Èmi ó máa kọrin. Èmi ó sì fi ògo mi kọrin fún yín. Yoruba sweet o. To be honest, e dey pain me say I dey hear Yoruba but I cannot speak the deep one. That's just my problem. But the normal you play Yoruba, I'm very good. Just Bishop, twirly for you. This place is dark, oh. Please, I will be needing that light.
So this is the pictures of the 3 men that sowed the seed of Christianity to Nigeria. This is the first one that arrived, Reverend Thomas Freeman, who was a mixed black. He brought Christianity, brought the Methodist Church to Nigeria.
The Methodist Church is the first church.
Yes, and then this is Henry Townsend from CMS, known today as Anglican Community.
Oh, as CMS was the first church. I think
CMS arrived the same year Methodist arrived.
Okay.
But Methodist came earlier
before CMS.
Before CMS.
So CMS was not the first church. No. As Methodist was the first church.
In Nigeria is the Freeman Memorial Church, it is the Methodist Church here in Badagry as well. The first church is in Badagry, which is Methodist. And then this is C.A. Goma, the man that completed the building.
Wow. That spent that 300 and something pounds.
The man that built it. And this was his room.
Wow. This room is spacious. Very big.
So in this room you have the painting of the first CMS church, but the building fell. It used to be in this compound. It was built with woods, but the building fell.
The first Anglican church.
Yeah. In 1843.
1843. Mama. History.
This is the last furniture, the only surviving furniture.
1878. This still done the year since 1878. People have gone. People have come and gone. And it's still here. Oh, bone tarigi. Share way live long past human being. Are you serious?
We have the early missionaries here. This is where the Christians and the missionaries were buried. First one they buried. Now a monument but they buried this monument. And most of them died because of
malaria. No treatment. You see this one now, where you're show, you don't the rust. See, this one has the sheep. You don't the rust. Now your mate did that since 80 something.
So this is regarded as the first safe. This is where they kept their valuables when
it's
they
open.
were going out.
1856. Wow.
And then we have some old currencies.
Some naira, some what's it called? Coin.
It's a coin, carries Manila. The ring is Manila.
Even note is here, naira note.
So we have Naira.
Are you serious? Hey, I don't miss 5 naira. I know, hey, God, I thank you for my life. Oh, all this money I know they see for her again.
That money
See 5 naira. Wait 5 naira. This is 5.
there are a lot of 5 naira.
See their coconut head where they put.
This one is 50k.
50 kobo. So 50 kobo even get notes then. I don't think I met the note though. I met the coin.
Yeah, we're not the note.
I don't think I made the note. But I meet all those new one. This one a new one. This 10 naira, 20 naira. This one a we na. Now we 90s na. Now we get this.
Wow. But don't tell the spending.
Don't really take. Don't take.
Like this.
I not even the see am again. One last to see 15 naira self. Wow. Now 100 be the new 10 naira. Be 5 naira. Wow. Small. Whoa. This compound is very spacious. So. Very. Yeah, this is the kitchen, I think. Yeah. This is well. The first CMS well, 1942.
For the miracle well.
Wow, if you are sick, you take from it, you are gone. You are good.
Yesterday we were saying the island total dirty. The Asian island, all those because of the ocean and the lagoon, it affects the color of
But see, let me just tell you the simple truth about this island. Even when the water is look very clean, if you use a bath or even when you even use
Imagine having something like this on the island. From a well.
If you go Lekki, their water is so bad, brown. This one is not like I'm just trying to hype this place. Yes. But Lekki water, they treat water anyhow. This one without treating, look at us. Yeah.
And that's where the church fell.
Okay, the church was here.
For the wooden church that fell, it was not built with bricks. They used woods. The other building as well that fell, they used woods. Okay. So some people today believe that if you go away from the church,
their first church. Can I go inside?
Yeah, but you have to pull your shoes.
Okay, it's a celestial church.
No, they don't just allow people to.
Can we go inside together? I better put your shoe, my brother. Because myself, I get many prayer points where we say, I want to tell God. But Baba, this stuff will never tire you. This Tinubu regime, you know the film.
This is where the part. This is where it was.
The first church in the whole of Nigeria.
It occupied this spot. Wow. It was bigger than this.
God, you know my heart desire. Help me. And don't meet me well. God help me. Even my brother that is videoing this videoing us. God help him. Help him, oh! I beg, help us. So that we still enjoy the earth. We don't want to. Do you know what I'm praying for in life is? Enjoy now, enjoy later. Not be say suffer now, enjoy later. Enjoy now, enjoy later. You understand? When some people say, because you get money now, why you do misbehave like this? My turn dey come. Even in your own turn, I want to still ball. You understand the matter? That is to say, I ball for my turn, I ball for your turn. No, I'm not gonna beg you. You understand? Some people they say, okay, life is like a movie. When you get today, you not help them. Tomorrow you go come broke. Tomorrow you go come broke. They go come get. Since when they born me, I don't hear Dangote name. I am 32 now. And this guy Dangote, I see the year in name. You understand? They just say he don't get money since I was a baby. Till now, he's still rich, maintaining the wealth.
For Africa, they don't get money some.
You see the matter? So God help me. Help me.
He even met
help me. God help me.
Our president.
All right. Thank you very much. So we are done here.
We're done here.
All right. Thank you guys. This is the first building, the first story building in Nigeria, the first church, the first kitchen. Everything in this compound is just the first. Ofu, number one. You understand? Don't get twisted. I'm reality. Choo! All right. What's your name?
Good afternoon. My name is Fadikem.
Fadikem. My name is Reality.
Okay, so you are welcome. This is the Mobi Slave Relics Museum, and these are the real chains used during the period of slavery. The chains here are over 500 years.
Nah, lie. 500 years?
Yes.
Can I touch it?
Yes, don't worry, you won't feel the weight.
I don't want to feel the weight. Can I carry it?
Yeah, don't worry.
Even if I touch it, nothing will happen.
Nothing's going to happen. Yes,
These are not the
because
Cubano.
slave trade lasted in Badagry for about 350 to 400 years. So you see, Badagry during that period was known to be a slave corridor, a slave coast also. Any slave that is being captured from the interland, the Oyo Empire, that's the Yoruba speaking area,
Okay.
Oyo, Oshogbo, they were all brought down here to Badagry. Slaves captured from the eastern part were taken to Calabar. So what we practice here is known as the transatlantic slave trade. Slaves taken from here, they were taken through the Atlantic Ocean. What they practice in the northern Nigeria is the trans-Sahara trade. Slaves taken from here, they were taken through the deserts. So then we have two types of slave. We have the domestic slave, the ones working in the house of the master. The field slave, the ones working on the farm or on the plantation. So you see most times they castrate the male domestic slave for them not to impregnate the wife or the daughter of the master.
Okay.
The female domestic slave, they use some of them as the white nurse. Because you see, then the white man will not want the breast of his wife to lose shape or to sag. So when they discover that their wife is pregnant, they will impregnate the black woman working with them in the house. The black woman will not be the one to breastfeed the white baby. So the most times take the baby of the black to meet the black woman in the farm to breastfeed. The white man don't care about the black baby. So the trade was finally abolished here in Badagry with the help of the man buried here called Chief Sumbu Mobi. He died on the 16th of October 1893. During his own period, the trade finally stopped here in Badagry, but his own father was involved in the trade. His father was one of the
This is the
middlemen
man.
between the white and the black. No, the father buys slaves from his fellow black, resell to the whites.
Okay.
And you see, whenever the whites comes, his father usually offer the white people kola nuts. The Yorubas call kola nuts obi. I'm very sure you know kola
Yeah,
nuts.
Obi. Mom Obi.
So we tell them in the dialect, Oyinboremi, Emopije. That's my white friend, pick kola nut and eat. The white people, they always say the father say Emobi, Emobi. They now give him a nickname, Mobi. The family now adopts Mobi as their family name, which is also a chieftaincy title here in Badagry. But the son, that's the man buried there, did not like the trade. He was among those assigned to the treaty in the year 1852, but the trade still continued illegally. He now withdrew against the Portuguese in the year 1888. It seized the last vessel of ship, and these were the real chains around the slave neck. So this is called the neck lock, and this was used on the neck of the slaves. Slaves were meant to walk with it
you can
around
put it
their
on your
neck
neck.
for 18 hours every day. You just want to feel the weight of the chain.
Jesus.
So you can imagine
Jesus.
this around the neck of
Around the neck,
person's-
not just the neck, their hand, everywhere, chain.
Should I
Ha!
please?
The fear. Wait. Hey, whoa. 18 hours a day.
Yes.
This is serious. This is not nice. This is really nice. I cannot even work with this with under 1 minute. I can't.
So this is called the light chain, and this was used for the children. For the children of the slaves not to be playing about while the
Disturbing.
parents are working, so as not to disturb the parents. They gather the children, chain their wrists, about 2-3 of them together, then padlock it and make the children sit far from where the parents are working. This is a mouth clip for slaves not to communicate with one another while working on the farm, and also for them not to eat any farm product. They fix it around the lip. Pull out the lips, perforate the upper and the lower lips.
Ooh,
Then
they'll put hole there.
Yes, then padlock the lips like this, and
See,
like that.
see. After they don't put that, this they can't put padlock. This is serious.
So this was a torture weapon, and this was used for slaves that refused to work. The force is into the slave hand down to the wrist. Most times, this will not go in easily. So they break the bones here. They break the bones here, force this down to the wrist. Unscrew this part. Make the slaves climb a platform. Screw this up. Suspend their leg from the ground. The slave will now be hanged there dingling. And in the course
And not
of
those
this,
slaves, most of them, did they
died.
fight at all? Like, try to
Yes,
fight?
yes. The revolts. This is called the branding iron. Slaves don't get named in that period. They only bear the name of their master or any name the master chooses to give them. So for identification, they put this in fire. When this is now red hot, they use this to write the name of the master on the body
Just
of
like
the
that.
slave.
Like
Called the
tattoo.
slave branding. Yes, that's what we adopt today as fashion.
That too. It's really
So this
fast.
is the ankle lock. This was the use.
Wait. Sorry that I'm asking too much questions.
Yeah.
All this chain here
Yes.
is for them.
Yes.
One person they will chain one person like this with all these
Yes,
things.
and sometimes 2 people are sharing. Like this is for the leg of two slaves. One slave right foot, another slave
One
left
leg
foot.
like
Like
this.
this. Yes. So two slaves. You're meant to walk with this around your leg.
So they will see
Same
after they change these
time.
two, they will still change these two.
Yes, after this.
Jesus.
This was the money spent here during that period. We call this cowries.
Carries.
But cowries was only recognized as money among we blacks. The whites coming to buy slaves did not see cowries as money. That led to the introduction of trade by barter. So they bring in items like gun, sugar, cotton, meal. So for a bottle of gin, 10 slaves was in exchange for a bottle of dry.
Wait, 10 human being
Yes.
for one bottle of shinap.
Yes. And this is the small size cannon gun for 40. The bigger size was in exchange of 100 slaves. So over there is a slave drinking water pot. And about
Look like funny.
40 to 50 slaves drink water from it at the same time. The hands being tied, so they bend down.
They just
They
bend
drink
down like
water
this, be drinking
animals,
water.
Yes. So most times, in the course of them struggling to drink, they begin to push one another. They end up getting caught by the edge of the pot, and blood drips into the water. The slaves have no choice; they drink the water like that because they only have access to food and water once in a day. So you're welcome here once again.
Thank you very much, Fade Kemi.
Kemi.
Nice to meet you. I'm on history for you. Jesus. How about this one? Those are the pictures of. Do you want to explain this one?
I believe you're kind of self-explanatory.
Okay.
These are just normal church of slaves, how they separate families. Separation of family. The father being sold to a slave merchant, and the mother and the child to another merchant. The reason they do that is for the slaves not to be able to be together, so they separate them and the family will never meet till they die. That's separation of family.
This is why.
Marching to the coast, that is marching down from the hinterland to the coast.
Even the child, the baby, everybody chain.
Pregnant women. And then the middle passage is the journey on the ocean to the new world. You need to go.
So where are we heading to?
The Brazilian barracoon, also known as the slave cell. Barracoon is a Spanish word for slave cell. Okay, this is the man that owned the compound.
This compound.
Yeah, his birth name was Ifade.
This compound go down reach like how many years now?
185.
185 years.
So this man was the owner of the compound. His birth name, like I said, was Ifade, but he was a slave. Slave don't bear name, they bear the master's name. So when he was 6, he was captured by a black man named Abbas. Abbas was a slave trader from Dahomey. And Dahomey is known today as Benin Republic. So the black man took him to Dahomey before he sold him to Williams, a white man from Brazil. So William took him to Brazil and brought him back on a condition. And that condition was for this man to be buying and selling the slave to him in Brazil. He accepted and built this compound. We have 40 rooms in this compound.
40 rooms.
And they kept 40 slaves in each of the rooms. So 1,600 slaves were kept in this compound for 3 to 4 months before being shipped out to the point of no return. And the last name he had, Seviki, was the title given to him, which means head of the Muslims.
Okay, Seriki, yes.
Yes, that's the head of the Muslims. Over this wall, we have some items that were used in exchange of slaves. Because they couldn't spend the money we used, they did trade by barter.
The money we used then was calories.
Calories, yeah. So they did trade by barter, exchanging people for these items. Okay. So the value of one umbrella then was 40 slaves.
40 slaves for one umbrella.
Okay. The cannon, the big one for 100 slaves, while the small one for 40 slaves. The bottle of gin, alcohol for 10 slaves. The mirror and the bead depend on how they bargain and negotiate. Ceramic bowl for 10 slaves and the gun for 40 slaves. So when he became the Sebeki, he was given the kettle and the brass dish as a gift. So let's see the slaves.
This is serious.
All the rooms in this compound are self, but today the family of that man, they live in some of the rooms. Okay. So we are just going to take 2 out of the rooms. And the compound today is under the National Commission for Museums and Monuments. Okay. So today the compound is a national monument. Here we have the surviving umbrella used in exchange for 40 slaves.
Hey, it's heavy.
Very heavy.
But you know, reach one
It's
person
not
life.
valued here.
It's not
But
valued to
still,
one
one slave
life.
carries this at the top of the chief when they are outside. If this umbrella should drop and touch the head of the chief, what do you think they will do to the slave? They'll tear the head
One
of the slave.
Gilorum.
And there was no case for that because slaves are properties. You can do anything you like with your
So the
property.
slave will hold it.
Yeah. Carry it, and you have to be strong, even if you not eat. Slaves are meant to eat once a day and also drink water once in a day. So we have some picture exhibition for slaves, like I told you at the point of no return, single file. And then for exhibition, chains on their necks, their waists, their hands, and the leg. So the slaves that have chains at their waist are known as stubborn slaves. Those ones that are always aggressive, fighting against their other slaves, fighting against their masters. We use this to calm them down. To show. So we have the chains here. You see how strong the chain is. That's for the hands, and this for the legs. The light one for children, while the bigger ones were used on the chariot. So for this, in this compound, to identify the slaves, we use this one. It's called the iron drilling bit. To brand the slaves.
To brand them.
So there was a door right here, which is going to be locked. 40 of them were meant to stay in here for 40 rooms.
Okay, wait. Each room,
Yes.
40 slaves.
Yes, that's why I said 1,600 slaves were kept in this compound for 3 to 4 months.
And there's 40 rooms here.
Yes, sir.
Jesus Christ.
This is the first room. Was a door right here. I'm going to lock it. So in the dark room, 40 slaves were meant to stay, and they were separated. Male different, females different.
This place is dark. Yes, very dark. Can we see?
Yeah.
Is it clear, bit?
Yeah.
It's really the dark room.
Yeah.
It's because it's dark.
That's the little ventilation for 40 people.
This place is the only ventilation, and this door will be locked.
So 40 of them are meant to stay in here for 3 to 4 months, depending when the ship arrives. Over here we have 5 ceramic bowls. Each of these bowls were exchanged for 10 slaves. That is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, regardless of the size.
That's 50 human beings
for this.
for just bowl.
And this is the calories we spend them the money. For the African spend this, the European master couldn't accept it. That's why they did trade
They
their
did
barter.
trade their barter.
So that was a kettle. Beside it, that was a bottle of gin from 1873.
1873
Which was also exchanged for 10 slaves.
for 10 slaves, because they gave us alcohol. We want to high.
Just to have a feeling of what is in that thing. We give them 10 slaves.
10 human beings.
And then the mug and brass dish. Those two were from the German friends.
Highest medal. This is the highest. I think this is the most expensive one.
Highest medal from Austria, Vienna.
Venice.
Over here we have African pots that the Slavic use. This is the soup, and the other two are his water pots. While that is a gas lamp that he used. At the side here is the gramophone record, the music he played.
Yeah, music.
And the last we have 2 cameras that they use.
Wow.
This is the flash thing. The camera.
This camera. See lens. Mad lens there. No? Wow.
So male were kept different from females. The reason for them not to but in the process, the females have to stay with the children. So 40 females and children. So in the female self, there were more than 40.
It's like 80.
Yeah. Let's go.
Dark room. Because the
So
ventilation.
the family sent a public apology letter to the public for the involvement of their father in the trade.
But okay.
So we have pictures of 2 men that returned after the trade was abolished.
Okay, they return.
Yeah.
How did they locate their way back?
Yeah, some of them tried to trace their roots back to their town.
But they gave them that
Name. They took away their name.
The water. There's one water.
Yeah, no, the water is not permanent. They will
Okay,
begin
okay,
after
okay.
3 to 4 months.
Okay.
Just for them not to be able to revolt while they're on the ship.
Okay.
So this is Darosha and this is Da Silva. Santo Da Silva and this is Candido
So
Darosha.
did they name themselves?
No, the white master named them. The slave
Okay,
bear
okay,
the
okay.
master's name.
Okay.
If your name is John, if your master name is Mark, you have to bear Mark, the master's name. It can be Mark 1, Mark 2, you have to bear the master's name. So here we have dogs that go after runaway slaves, and the order is to kill the slave, bite off the throat. They are specially trained to attack the throat of the slaves.
This is so fruit tears from a slave.
Yes, sir.
The barrack.
Over here, we have the picture of the man, which is Seriki Williams Abbas, and this is the photocopy of his handwriting. He was very educated. He could speak in Portuguese, English, Dutch, Spanish, and Yoruba. So he was a middleman between the whites and
He's
the
also
blacks.
involved in the
Yeah,
slave,
he was
slave
involved in the
trade.
trade. And these are some of his children, not all, some of his children. So another 40 slaves in there, same door to the shop. If you look over there, another ventilation for 40 people. So in here we have a cloth, which is called regalia.
Yes, still dark room.
Yeah, that one.
Hope as we enter here, we are safe.
We are
Oh.
safe.
I mean, I'm talking about spiritually and physically.
we are safe, don't worry.
It's very, very important. Oh. Only God and Sabi, and not Sabi another person. All
So
right.
this cloth is called regalia, like I said earlier.
Regalia.
Yeah, it's
This
over
cloth is how
200
many years now?
It's over 200 years.
200
It
years.
is owned by Chief Seriki Abbas. Why the staff is 130 years.
130 years.
So this is how he used to sit on his throne, and as a Seriki, his turban at the head of the Muslims would be at his head. These are some other clothes he wore. They are known as Ashwetu. These are over 100 years as well. And then lastly, the chains,
box.
which are over 400 years.
This
You can-
chain at 400 years.
Feel the weight.
You for feel am. You think I'm not say I save. In Jesus' name. Now only God is happy. Wow. Very heavy. This has his box, his
Yeah,
cloth box.
yeah. So this is for relaxation. The chair used to relax on, while a slave will be holding the umbrella at the top and another furniture in his room. So here we have a zinc sheet. Yeah, you can feel the weight. Try to feel the quality of that.
In Jesus' name. Well, it's heavy. Oh. It's very thick.
Very thick.
Yeah.
So the reason they have to put it so the slave cannot break through. There's no
But they are
influence.
chained.
Yeah, but they still believe that the Africans were, the Africans were very aggressive, they're very strong and well built. That's why they feed them less.
Did they inject them?
No.
You chain somebody, you are still trying to block everywhere.
Yeah, so that
You think they can break chain?
That is to make them feel down emotionally.
Okay, they are working on their emotions.
Yes.
Okay.
So the slave master, when he died, he was buried right outside. Before then, there's this well over there, which the family still used to bathe. That's where the slave drink water from. Well was dug in 1847.
1847. Wow.
You can see to date, the family still uses it. There's
Still
water in
function,
it.
have you?
Yeah.
You drink from here?
They use it for cooking and other stuff.
You drink?
And bathing. They don't drink it. They don't use it for
Okay,
cooking.
just cooking.
They cook and use it to bathe.
Or you cannot drink it.
They can actually. It's okay.
Let me hold that
It's
phone
not
well.
very white. You can see
No, it's clean, oh.
it's clean.
Now, if you see island water, you feel cry. See on my skin. You see island water, you feel cry. This water is clean, die.
So
Wow.
over there, those are the. We have the board bricks used to build the compound. They were imported in 1840 when they were building the compound.
Wow.
So all the compound were built with bricks. In 1990, that's when the family cemented the outer part of this compound. So that's where it was buried.
Oh, God. Oh, really, God.
So this is the court of the man,
It's cut.
where he passed judgment to peoples and towns he dominated on.
The
In
Seriki.
Seriki, and there was his chambers right in there.
He enjoy well.
And when he died, he was buried here.
Yeah. Is it, wait, sorry, sometimes I dey forget something. Naim stop this thing, I mean, Naim start am.
He didn't start it, he didn't stop it. He was just a
A middleman.
middleman. He
Okay.
did part of his own till it was abolished in 1888.
Okay.
So he was buried there when he died. He died 11th June 1919.
1919.
That's 105 years ago. So
Wow.
the 106 next month. So he was buried there by the family, the Islamic community, and the Brazilian. So this mausoleum was built by the Brazilians for Seriki Abbas. So the remains of Seriki is in there. Probably the bones now.
No bones again. nothing again.
And beside it, his last child was buried. His name is Saka Adzao. Last child. He was born in 1913 and he died 1987. He was buried right here beside the father. So all the children of the man are dead, but his descendants are alive. So some of them still stay in this compound till date. The compound continues.
There's many houses here.
This is where it used to be. If you look at the floor, those are the foundations of the building.
Okay.
So it can occupy this part. Why this is the cell, continuation of the cell. Okay. Say 40, 40, 40, 40 space.
40, 40, 40.
Yeah, in each of these rooms.
But just trade by barter. Not like it's £1 billion. Just trade by barter. Give me umbrella. Take 10 people.
That's how less valued the African were regarded as.
We disvalue ourselves. Yeah. Because we Africans sell Africa to the European.
We fought ourselves, captured ourselves, and sold ourselves to slavery.
Wow.
The compound, like I said, is under the federal government. Although
Federal government or state government?
Federal. Wow. It's a national monument, you can see. But current, the federal government, and maybe when they are ready, they will take over it and turn it to a proper museum.
Proper museum.
Currently, it's been managed by the family and part of the federal government.
Okay.
So that's what we have for you in the park. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your name again? I forgot.
Damilare.
Damilare.
Yes, sir.
My name is Abiola, but you can call me MC Reality. Thank you for your time. Choo! Subscribe.
So we are about to board the boat down to the point of no return, which is now called the point of return. As we are going,
In Jesus' name, you see, I won't enter water because of content. Pray for me. I'm with life jacket. Point of no return, but I, along your middle, Abiola, I will return. MC Reality. My brother, Funny Chef, you will return. 100. My brother, you will return. We are all going to return. Let's go. How much is this cup? Oh, you said 300 just now. You don't lie. You lied. You are playing games. It's 200, right? Okay, fún méjì. Surely it's a meta 500. Kò gba meta 500.
Fún mi méjì, a fẹ́ patronize ẹ, ṣùgbọ́n jẹ́ kó kún dáadáa, full it. That's your hand is too small, use board. Come. Guys, come on. Aláàrọ̀ ni ẹ, jẹ́ kó kún. Don't be with this your small hand, you just do this thing, say don't fall. Here for full.
I'm not patronize
But
this
you
boy.
see,
This boy, he won't cheat me.
With your small hand, you say you don't complete.
But regardless, we still buy a later dash and small money. Put another cup fast. 1 or 2, hold this one. Me and my brother go down. Back. Time in law. You know she bobo you gone. Oh, Mount Ajani. I don't do business before. Don't whine me. So guys, let's go. Let's go to the point of no return that we are going to return. Though me, I'm not a fan of river, you know. I'm scared. I don't enter bigger river way big past this one, which is the Zanzibar River. When I went to Zanzibar in Tanzania, I actually entered the river, but I did very foolish then because there was life jacket, but we didn't wear any life jacket inside the river. And I don't also enter one river for Port Harcourt. I went to settle some relationship issue. When I went to PH, I entered the river. It's bigger than this. No life jacket. I know how to swim, but I will not tell you I'm a professional. There's a limit to what I can do. But you see my friend, Funny Chef, he swim die. He's an Ijaw man. You know Ijaw people in the river now. They know how to swim very well. So guys, we are on a journey to the point of no return. The entrance to the point of no return. The Gberefu Island. So now there we go now. So guys, follow us. Let's go. You know what time it is. So, you know, initially when we started, I was
Their face show.
the journey begins. Just going to go and get it to enjoy myself, get it to feel it, get it to know.
Open and go subscribe to my channel.
I am not in this alone. I have people
For YouTube,
that, you know,
MC Reality,
just
check out.
Get it. But nothing will happen. You know why? Because I serve a living God. No man is God. I have God. Nothing is going to happen. We are doing this just because of to make the content for you to understand this content in details. That's why we take everything from the beginning to the end. This is the end part of the whole videos, the point of no return. That's why they take forefathers to. That's the, when you get to that place, no more going back. You're not going back. You are done. You are not going back once you get to this place we are heading to. So guys, let's go. Follow us as we cruise this boat together. I'm not in this alone. You guys are watching. are with us. We are doing this together. Ejalo. Choo! They don't use life jacket though.
They are from here. They know how to.
They swim now, eh? Eja. Mami water.
Mama,
But I feel swim this thing.
you can swim.
Nothing be like say you dey swim and you dey see your destination. Jesus. Can I come down now? Thank you. We don't do phase one.
This what we are starting on is Berefu Island Jetty. This is the entrance into Berefu Kingdom.
Okay, this is Berefu Kingdom.
Yes, this is the Berefu Kingdom.
Okay, welcome
Alright,
to
so-
Berefu.
Yes, and this is
Ancient town of
the
tourism.
route to the point of no return.
The route to the point of no return.
Yes.
Okay,
Alright, let's go.
okay. Wow. This is Berefu Kingdom.
Yes, on this particular the main occupation of the island is fishing and farming.
Fishing and farming.
Yes, on the island we have 3 different settlements. The Kunu settlement, which is the main Berefu.
Okay.
Then we have the largest settlement, which is called the Ilaje.
Okay.
And we have the Ghanaian settlement, which is called Kofi Gami.
The Ghanaian.
Settlement, which is called the Kofi Gami.
Ghanaian settlement also is also
we
here.
have Ghanaian settlement.
Wow.
And their main occupation is fishing.
Fishing.
For the Ilajes, their main occupation is also fishing.
Fishing.
Then for the Kunu people, they also fish and farm.
Okay. So from here now we'll get to this is the point.
The first point. We
Okay.
get to the first point, which is called the assemble point.
Assemble
This
point.
is the place where the slaves were being assembled before they were taken on the journey of no return to
No
the point
return
of
to-
no return.
Okay.
But the point of no return, the name has changed from point of no return now to point of return, because as we are moving down, we are surely going to return.
Definitely, inshallah. Because we are not return, I will not even be here.
Because the name, when people hear the name point of no return,
So this is
they
the
are afraid to
sign.
come to the island because they may
may not
you
return.
will not return.
This is the signpost.
Yes, this is the first point, the assembled point.
Okay. Badagry slave route. This is
point
the
of
route
return.
of the journey
So when the slaves were being
to
kept-
unknown original slave route.
Yes.
Unknown destination.
Unknown destination, because the slaves don't know where they were going.
At all. At all. At
So
all.
when the slaves were being taken from the slave cell, from the barrack on them,
Mm.
so they were being transported down to this island and they were assembled there. You know, the ships, the slave merchants, the ship they came with is battered on the ocean at the point of no return there. So because there's no big ship to take the whole slaves that were bought by the slave merchant at a go, so they take them in batches down to this particular point. So they take them in paddle boats down from the slave cell there to this island, assemble them here, go back again, take the rest, and
So-
assemble them at this point
Okay. But
before they were being
sorry,
mashed down to
which
the point of no
they
return.
say there's one place that they will give them water, well water to drink, and they will lose
Yes,
their
we
memory.
are still going together.
Okay, we're still going
Yeah,
together.
that is the second point on this particular
Second
island.
point.
It is called the spirit attenuation well.
The spirit
Attenuation well.
attenuation well.
Yes, they
Okay.
were being given the water to drink and to recite an incantation that will make them to lose their memory.
Okay.
Yes, we are still going together.
All right. So we are done here, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
You are welcome once again to Berefu Island.
Berefu Island,
Yes,
but
if you want
the
to-
the land of return.
Yes, the land of
Formerly the land of no return.
formerly called the point
okay,
of no
okay.
return.
Formerly called the point of no return.
Yes, now
the
called the land of return.
The land
or
of return.
The land of point of
return, because we must return.
Of course. Sure.
Follow us, guys. Let's go.
You are welcome once again. This is the second point on this particular island.
Okay.
So this is called the spirit attenuation well. So
The
let's
spirit
do
attenuation.
Attenuation well.
Attenuation well.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. At the spirit attenuation well, what happened here is this well was being dug by the slave merchant, the people that sell slaves in the New Day era. That's the Africans that sell slaves. So they come up with the idea that these slaves that we are selling, one day they may find their way back to Africa and take revenge on us. So they come up with the idea that let's dig this well, hard a sham, so that when we capture the slaves and
Add a sham.
yes, hard a sham to the well,
Okay.
so that when the slaves they drink from the well, they will lose their memory. They will forget where they are coming from. They will just lose that they are going somewhere.
Okay.
So they come up with the idea, they dug the well, they hardened the sham, and any slaves that were being taken out of this particular and we are forced to drink from the well.
Even if you
So
are not
as they are-
tasty, you will drink.
Yes, they are forced. Even most of them are tasty because from the slaves that they take them from, most of them are not tasted or they don't give them water to drink.
But they don't even tell them
They
what
are-
is
they
inside
are-
the water.
Yes, they are already tasty. So when they see that they offer them water here, they were happy.
Yes.
They happily drink.
Because
from
not
the-
like if they told them that so things inside this water, some of them will not want
yes,
to take.
we don't want to take it.
But they will not tell them.
Yeah, they don't tell them. But because they are already feeling tasty already, so they
Okay.
reluctantly drink from the well. So as soon as they drink from the well, they lose their memory.
Instantly.
Yeah, instantly they lose their memory, and they will remain calm to the slave merchant until they get to where they were
Going
going to. So this well was actually dug by the Africans. You see that Africans were the one that is selling Africans. It's not even the Europeans.
And Sharawa, we dey do ourselves.
Yes.
It was dug by the Africans
Yes.
to sell Africans.
Yes.
So that
So when
the Africans that dug the well enrich themselves.
Yes. So when they were forcing them to drink for the water, or when they were drinking the water, they forced them to recite an incantation. Yeah, an incantation. I think the first line was like, "I'm leaving this land. My spirit lives with me." You know, Black Man Sham always has a kind of incantation.
Yes.
That backs it. That's why they forced them to recite the incantation. Even if you don't understand the language, they were forced to still try to recite the incantation so that the sham will have an effect.
Okay.
So it was believed that the sham has.
So after they drink from this well,
They lose
then
their
the
memory.
next thing, after they lost their memory,
Yes.
we take them to the point
down to the point of
no return.
Yes.
And that place, Otilo near.
Otilo.
Otilo Fafa.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's really painful, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. Look at them. It's really
Those are
painful.
hearts that depict what happens then.
Yes. It's really, really painful, to be honest. It's really, really painful. It's really, really painful.
So it is also believed that the well is no more effective.
It's no more effective. People do drink from here.
They don't drink from it.
Nobody drink from here.
Nobody drink.
Can you drink from here?
No, of course not.
What if they give you 1 million? Can you drink from here?
I cannot.
You cannot.
I cannot.
All right. Can you drink from here? You cannot. But we are selling coconut. What if I now take this coconut now and I forget my memory? You sure I will not lose my memory? I want to patronize you.
This one, it better pass any drink wey you fit buy.
You sure? No. Look at the well of no return. Look at coconut.
This is no now. This is what they call coconut plus water.
Let me
You can
tell
see the
you,
water now. This water now coming
let me
from
tell you,
under.
that water, I can give you guarantee that is no longer potent.
No.
Because even in those days, they used to renew it.
Okay.
It's no longer potent.
Water.
Because then they used to renew it.
Okay.
It was charmed.
It was charmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now can you take from the water?
Why should I? No, it's not healthy because
It's not healthy.
It's not
Okay,
healthy.
okay,
It's
okay.
not healthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
And this is what they do. One like this.
What if let's say for example, what if the federal government now come to this place, dig the well, try to make it lively again? Can somebody take from it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, give me coconut.
Wait one for us.
So I where straw I go take the drinker. I never drink coconut water before.
It's good.
I think no, I don't take it. The first time I took coconut water is in Ghana now. When I went to Ghana.
Good for the brain, good for the entire system.
It's good. You wash malaria. You wash
No.
kidney.
You give my brother one. You give my tour guide one.
Òun ni ọlọ́sọ pé mainly the brain meaning for the
God,
entire system.
God, I don't want to lose my memory, because I'm taking coconut water. Please, the small memory wey I get, wey I dey manage, I don't want to lose it here.
You cannot lose it, bros. This one, he go renew, he go even revitalize you.
Abo mi náà ló wà náà.
Yóò ṣe ìgbà wà náà ìgbà ẹ̀rí ṣùgbọ́n ìgbàmí ìgbà ńlá ẹ̀gàn sàkámàjẹ́ ni ó kàn máa tóbi lásán ní ọmọ apá kó ìgbé lẹ́sìn ìgbó lè gbé tóbi sí. Allah.
You take one. Don't you can finish? You just say you don't return?
No return. I still go.
But the water no sweet like that now.
No time.
So where are we heading to now?
This interlock that you are looking at is built by the Lagos State government.
Okay.
So they have it in mind that they are going to build the interlock down from the point of no return down to the riverside, so that people that come to the island, if they can't walk on the bare land, they can
walk on the interlock.
But the land is meant to be land. I believe the sand is meant to be sand. They are not going to build any road on it.
Okay.
So that people that comes to the island will feel the pain.
Oh, they will not be luxury.
Yes.
Just like the way my car, I was suffering there.
Yes. And the resort there was also built.
That place?
Yes, they want to build a resort there. So
Okay.
the resort is meant for the people that come to the island, so that if they don't want to go back, they can just lodge there and enjoy themselves.
But they didn't finish it.
Yes. It is abandoned.
It's abandoned.
You know Nigeria government, they any project they
start.
Most
It need by the grace of God to finish it.
Yes.
The thing, I just feel like maybe when Nigeria government start a project,
Yes.
if the person that start the project did not finish it on time before it's done,
Yes.
the next government will not want to continue it.
Yes,
because it's not the one that allocated.
Yes, they will feel that it will not be allocated to their name.
Yes.
That's why most of them it was not too long ago that we have the governor of Lagos State, Governor So I think 3 months ago, they come to this particular island.
This place, Ganga?
Yes.
Wow.
They came down here. So he said they are going to reconstruct every project that we have on this island, starting from this the tunnel you are looking at.
This is the point of.
They are going to renew the spirit attenuation.
This is the point of no return.
Yes, the point of no return.
So once they bring the slave
Yes.
to this place,
Meant to return.
they can't go back. From here,
There is no going back. The moment you get to this point, no, that's where we derive the name point of no return.
so when you get to this point, they will take them to a boat or
They will
Or
use a paddle boat. You know, I told you at the assemble point that they have a paddle boat that they used to take the slave from the other side of the river down to this island. So
Okay.
the same paddle boat will be used on the seashore. You know, the ship the slave merchant came with is a very big ship. They cannot land it at the seashore. So they have to be taking the slaves in batches. The same thing that happens at the assembly point.
Okay,
It also happen
batch
that
by
they
batch.
Yes, they will taking it in batches down to the main ship departed on the sea.
in chain and everything.
Yes, in shame.
Not like they steal anything, no.
Yes.
They're just chaining them.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, they were being chained so that they will be easy to control.
Yes.
They
will
can
not-
easily run away if they are not
Yes,
chained. So that's why they
yes.
chain them.
So this is the point of no
So this
return.
is the point of no return.
Wow.
And the two pillars you are looking at signifies the entrance into the point of no return. You know,
Are we going to enter there?
no, we are not.
Okay, it's not. It's
Because
not.
the building is collapsing already.
Ooh.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. He came here, he said they are going to reconstruct it. So we don't know when.
We don't know. Oh.
We don't know when. But we believe it's going to happen.
We believe.
Yes, we believe. Because they are still paying some security men that are still guiding this. So if they don't have any plan for this particular
if
place,
it's tenure now finish now,
we don't
the
know.
next government that is coming will not want to do anything about this
Yes,
place.
yes.
The person that are paying to guide this place will stop receiving payments.
Yes.
Wow. The place
So-
is really abandoned.
So we are here.
So how many years has this place been existing now?
Since I can't really say at the moment, but since the slave era, because this during the slave era, this island is not inhabited during the slave era.
Okay.
So we only have plantation there.
Plantation.
Yes. The slave merchant too. They have some plantation that they make that they use the slaves to work on. So on this particular island, so they have it in mind that this tunnel will be built. Because of the dilapidation, we see that all these things.
If they can reconstruct the tunnel, make it look good, people will be coming there. This tunnel has a lot of history, you know.
Yes, that's the assurance the Lagos governor give to us that they are going to reconstruct. So they are going to put some artifacts that has to do with the point of no return. Will be put in this particular tunnel. So people that come to this island or to this point of no return, they will walk through to the tunnel, looking at all the different artifacts. Okay, then they will come out from the other point.
Okay, I think we should stop here because this look very doesn't look stable to me. I don't want to go further to avoid stories that touch.
And nowadays, people that come to the island or people in this island, they call this a trap.
A trap.
A death trap, actually.
Yeah, I swear. Because you don't know where it's shaking.
If you are going, you will see
look at that place now. It looks shaky.
Yes,
you don't know where it's where you can go.
Yes.
Like I don't know.
It's now a death trap.
All right, so
people are one not to climb actually.
Okay.
But the sake of video, so that people out there will know what we have here. That's why I said we should just.
They actually put a strong this thing there, but I don't know why everything is just
when they
rusting.
finished the construction, it was a beauty. It was a beauty. Okay. But now it is.
It's just like it just looks shamble. All right. Thank you. So
I see the 2 pillars.
Yes, the pillars. This is the pillar.
So this is the 2 pillars.
Okay. Do you want to do the fast mark quick on that? Alright. This is the 2 pillar. The entrance of point of no return. The moment our forefather gets to this extent, Sebapo, it is all over. Odabo, they are not coming back to Africa. Some of them do come back though. Some of them. But it's not easy to locate your way. Once you have already lost your memory, it's not really easy to locate your way back to Africa. But this is the pillars. And this is the signpost. Just take a look at, you see them, you see what they do us. We did not steal, we did not commit crime, we did not do anything incriminative, but just take a look at it. You see them? Route to unknown destination. You don't even know where you are going because you have already lost your memory. You are not thinking straight, so you don't know where you are going to. So this is it. I think this they rebuilt this pillar, right? Because this is 2025 January. Repented. Okay. All right.
So I've also seen the chains that were the slaves were being changed.
Yes, look at the chains. It's just like a Kuban.
Yes.
You understand? Chain your hand, change your leg, change your neck, chain everything chainable.
Yes, this is the kind of pain our forefathers went through.
It's alarming. Honestly, it's really alarming. It's really alarming. Come and see this side. You see? This is where they are working in group. They are working in group. I think this lady here, this person is a lady. He has a child. You see, there's a child there. She's backing the child. Look, see, small picking even they in hand. So it's really crazy. Honestly, it's really crazy.
Go.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I go follow. Yo, I never do this thing before. Yeah, Jesus. And my first time be this. So call me. It's the first. Bros, come. Bros, I beg come now. I never climbed this thing before. I beg cannot do again.
Just hold on like this.
Bros, you go climb and follow me.
No, I don't need to follow you. You just be like the Igwe now.
Igwe for where? This is actually my first time climbing a horse, to be honest.
To have the experience.
It's good to have the experience, but I'm a bit scared.
If it's going straight, you just pull it. You just hold it straight.
Okay. I'm a bit scared, you know. I don't want to fall. You know, so the horse has height. If I can't go for horse like this, me will never born. Can't go break waist. Wait, I will call tell my wife. Wait, I will tell my wife say it happened to my waist. I don't want to allow. It's fun, sure. It's really fun to try something at the first time. To be honest.
I saw the oga when they follow the slave, they on top.
Okay, the oga go dey us. The slave go dey use chain, they go.
flog them.
Wow. Ṣé o ń gbọ́ Yorùbá ni? Wọ́n sọ pé kò dúró. E dey fun kind of, but if you no sabi you go fall wetin no good.
The souvenir shop I was telling you about.
Souvenir.
Yep, you make use of coconut shells in constructing all this. So it's going to explain how the process is going.
So everything here is coconut. This one is coconut
So
shell.
that is a shell.
Shell.
Yes, a shell.
Okay. Now coconut be this.
A shell. Like what you see.
I got the scent.
No pollution.
Ọmọ Abidjan, ọmọ Abirẹ̀kùn. Aṣílẹ̀kùn. This one no mean say the shooting no go enter straight. Iku jeniya. That time wey dey watch Abidjan film, Abidjan go just say, "Hey me Abidjan, hey me go just comot, you go use am knack him cap comot. Pa! Hey me Abidjan, my friend. I watch Abidjan well. At the same time we dey talk. Mr. Man, we come and patronize you. The necklace is how much? So do am for 15, then I can collect it. Not be say na me wan use am.
I know.
I go dash person. First time.
So just polish the tray. 4 cup, 1 jug, no tray.
But I will come back here. How much is the jug?
We said this as a set with the tray.
How much?
We said for 25.
With the train.
With the tray. And the 4 cups with their covers.
Yeah, we'll come back here, come buy those things. So me, I just like to see them based on the African man.
Yes, we do rings, coconut rings. There are some.
Oh yeah, they smell coconut candle. Like man, they shop them.
I close to like 20 years. These are coconut shells.
This one is like 20 years now.
No, I mean I don't deal for this production.
Okay.
Close to 20.
Wow.
So this one is just like a wall paper.
Okay.
Yeah, like the ones you see out there. Shells.
Okay. That's very beautiful. Thank you. You're doing a very good job here. So, Mr. Ogasa, my bag here, 15,000. Mo try now. Oh, Ogami, 1,000. I'm drag by you. 1K. Ashe. Ẹ bá mi yọ báàgì náà kí n. Màá padà wá bí báyìí màá wá ra cup àti train. Ọmọ Abidjan. Ọmọ Abidjan. Àwọn tó ń ta. So guys, we are done with this whole segment. We are going back to the land of return. We want to return back home. We are done with everything. So we just want to patronize our chairman here. You understand? So I actually love the bags. They are both. Everything is beautiful. I wish I come with plenty money. I suppose patronize them a lot, but this is the only one I can afford right now. You understand? Because of I'm not too guide come here. Mr. Samuel. Ajayi. Mr. Samuel, thank you for your time. Ogami, Eshigon, you try. Thank you very much. Subscribe and turn on your post notification. I beg, because I'm creating this content for you people. People should help me, and so that I will. This have no go suffer. Go enjoy.